Hey guys, it's Real Play Dimension, and starting today, I'm launching a brand new series where we dive deep, and I mean deep, into the lore and the history of every single major character in the Insomniac Marvel Universe. And honestly, who else could we possibly start with if not our very own friendly neighborhood Spider-Man of the console world? Because let's be real, the guy deserves some attention, especially since his landlord is definitely not his biggest fan.
Come on.
No, but for real, guys, I have completely fallen in love with this specific version of Spider-Man. To be honest, I think it easily clears the movies.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
For me, this is hands down one of the best written Spider-Man stories ever created. Alright guys, now that the intro is out of the way, let's officially kick off the video. But real quick, let me know in the comments below if you love this type of lore video. To truly understand this specific Peter Parker, we have to travel back, long before the events of the first game. Thanks to the memories we unlock later in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, we get to see just how much of a genius our little PlayStation Spider-Man has always been. Spoiler alert, JJJ was already screaming back then.
Coming through!
Some things never change. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked here. Back to the video. We need to look at who he was before he ever wore a mask. Because the lore hidden in his room tells us that Peter wasn't just a smart kid, he was an absolute prodigy. And the timeline we find on his trophies is mind-blowing. Look at the dates! Back in 2003, at the PIM Science Summer Camp, a tiny Peter won the Pioneer Award for Outstanding Achievement in Chemistry. By March 2005, he had already received an Achievement Award for successfully completing an advanced mathematics curriculum. And on July 16, 2006, he took first place in robotics as the grand prize winner of the NYC Robot Summer Camp. Think about that. He was a literal genius, collecting elite science awards years before that genetically altered spider ever bit him. Before graduating from Empire State University with a Bachelor of Science, he was already built to change the world with his mind. Okay, yeah. Maybe let's not show that on screen. But behind the genius, there was a real teenager dealing with intense, raw emotions. He had a lot of anger back then, a lot of frustration that he was just learning to control. And that's where the human side of his lore kicks in. Some of the most beautiful scenes show how Aunt May helped him manage that rage.
Balance is a process, not a destination. I'm still working on that. Oh, come on.
Teaching him about balance and emotional control. Seeing the two of them drawing together, fixing their mistakes together, and learning how to improve every single day. Man, it's just so emotional. He became the hero he is because May taught him how to balance his heart, not just his brain. Thank you, May. Of course, that brings us to August 11th, 2010, the legendary championship wrestling match, Crusher Hogan versus the Spider. Wait, no, not him. Him! We also see him sneaking into the Midtown High School hallway with his best friend, Harry Osborn. Just two kids, full of dreams, finding a way to retrieve Harry's drive, laughing, and planning to change the world together. Or should I say, heal the world.
We're going to heal everyone.
Playing through these early day moments was honestly beautiful, because we get to see the classic, relatable struggles of a young Spidey. Like that moment where he accidentally rips a door handle off just because he's so nervous. And man, isn't that teenage adrenaline-fueled excitement just the best? But anyway, let's get back on track. Right here, we get to uncover one of the absolute best backstories of his past. His incredibly awkward first interaction with MJ.
Ran into MJ right after this. Couldn't decide between hey or hi, so I said, hey.
And let's be totally honest here. We've all made those embarrassing mistakes at that age, right? And the last cool thing we see is a young Peter actually synthesizing his web fluid using the tools in his high school lab. Seeing that process on screen was just fantastic.
Fix this up just right. Hello, friend. I remember when he took that.
But the absolute crown jewel of these memory sequences has to be Peter's very first interaction with the one, the only, J. Jonah Jameson. Picture this, a young, desperate Peter pedaling for his absolute life on a bicycle and basically causing 3 minor traffic accidents just to get across town. Now, Peter might be late, but a hero is a hero. He stops, takes a quick detour, and teaches those punks a lesson they won't forget. The downside? By the time he leaves, his bike is totally broken. Classic Spidey luck. When he finally bursts into the Daily Bugle, he is a total mess. But in his hand, he is holding history. The first legendary, iconic photograph ever taken of Spider-Man. And how does Jameson react to this masterpiece?
Your lighting is flat, your composition is awful. God knows why you're shooting on film like some kind of caveman.
And just like that, a legendary, toxic partnership was born. Alright guys, now let's make a big jump forward in time and teleport straight to the beginning of the main game. And I have to say, starting the story with an already established, veteran Spider-Man who has been swinging around the city for 8 long years was an absolute stroke of genius by Insomniac. No slow build-up, just a hero at the peak of his powers. And honestly, I completely fell in love with the new costume they designed for him. That massive white spider emblem on his chest and back? Absolute perfection. It was such a bold, fresh look that immediately made this version feel incredibly unique. And honestly, speaking of top-tier Spidey gear, I'd say my replica mask right here isn't doing too bad either. Look at that! The eyes actually move. Tell me this isn't the coolest thing ever. So, what do you guys think? Pretty slick, right? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and join the channel. Alright guys, let's get back to the video. Now, we're going to uncover some of the absolute best hidden gems that happened during those silent 8 years as Spider-Man. All thanks to the old backpacks left behind by our favorite web slinger. You find the true archaeology of a hero. We are talking about his very first heavily welded web shooters, his old wrestling flyer from the match against Crusher Hogan, and even proof of his secret victories. A vial containing Sandman's sand, a piece of Mysterio's broken helmet.
Hello, I'm Quentin Beck.
Here there's a small, touching keepsake containing 2 old photos of his mother and father. It's a rare, quiet glimpse into the family he lost before Uncle Ben and Aunt May took him in. Then, you can find a fascinating design sketch filled with all the different spider logo concepts he drew before finally settling on the classic emblem. It's literally a first-hand look at his creative process as a young hero. But my absolute favorite has to be the restaurant menu from Peter and MJ's very first date. And if you look closely at the menu, you can actually see his go-to order, the Peter Special Pizza. And man, he does not play around with his toppings. Tomato sauce, cheese, pepperoni, salami, mushrooms, linguiça, and olives. Now that is a true superhero meal.
I love you. But now, I must destroy you.
Fast forward to October 2018. Peter's apartment is an absolute war zone of bills, toast, and police radio chatter. The Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, is finally going down. During the raid on Fisk Tower, we are introduced to Peter's primary contact in the police department, Captain Yuri Watanabe.
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
Their dynamic is absolute gold.
Hey, where you going?
Yuri is the tired, cynical, no-nonsense cop who relies on Spidey to bypass the painful police bureaucracy, while Peter is the energetic, wisecracking hero who actually gets things done.
Go.
Now that you quit smoking,
They banter, they argue,
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me.
but there is a deep, mutual respect. But as Fisk is dragged away in handcuffs, he warns Peter that without him keeping the criminal underworld in check, the city will rot. And he was right. Now, Peter thinks things might finally quiet down, but he couldn't be more wrong.
In 1 month, you wish you had me back!
Kingpin's arrest instantly creates a power vacuum, and a brutal new gang called the Inner Demons immediately steps out of the shadows. And this is exactly how Peter crosses paths with MJ again.
MJ?
leading to their first face-to-face reunion. And man, you can instantly feel the heavy, awkward tension between them. We quickly find out that they actually haven't spoken a single word to each other in over 6 long months. But what makes their dynamic so beautiful and realistic in this game is that despite the breakup,
Good to see you, Pete.
Yeah, you too. Not exactly how I pictured us meeting again, though.
Funny. It's exactly how I pictured it.
the love and underlying care between them never truly died. They aren't just exes, they are two people who grew up together. And even though they are currently taking a break,
Always. There's a lot of baggage here.
they still have this unbreakable bond. They are ready to slowly learn how to trust each other again, not just as romantic partners, but as a real team, a real partner. But returning to the usual, incredibly lucky life of our favorite wall crawler,
My back!
those unpaid bills we saw earlier were still sitting right there on the floor. And yep, you guessed it. With no home, Peter splits his time between two sanctuaries. The first is the laboratory of Dr. Otto Octavius. Otto in this universe is Peter's boss, but more importantly, he is a second father.
Oh, wow. So cool.
Peter idolizes him. They are working on revolutionary neural prosthetics, and their relationship is built on pure scientific passion. One of the most tense moments happens in the lab. Otto walks in unexpectedly, catching Peter completely off guard with his gear. Peter freezes,
What are you working on? Oh, just a side project.
thinking his secret identity is totally blown. But then, the hilarious twist.
Of course. It's you. I don't know what
Oh,
you're...
come on, Parker, it's obvious.
Let me explain.
I only wish you told me sooner. If you design his equipment, you're bound to be a target too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otto thinks Peter is just the guy designing the suits for Spider-Man. Talk about a massive sigh of relief. With Otto's blessing and the lab's tech, Peter gets to work and creates a masterpiece, the advanced suit. And that iconic white spider? It's made of an ultra-resistant carbon fiber material built for serious protection. Pure genius and pure style. But Peter's other sanctuary is the F.E.A.S.T, run by his beloved Aunt May.
Peter,
So if you're running this place while Mr. Lee's out of town, who's doing your old job?
me. But I could always use more help.
His absolute moral anchor. Here, Peter also develops a close bond with Martin Lee, the wealthy philanthropist who funds the shelter.
Now it's you who inspires me. Thank you, May, for everything.
Peter views Lee as a hero of the people, an inspiration, which makes it an absolute psychological nightmare when Peter discovers that Martin Lee is actually Mr. Negative, the leader of the inner demons. Lee unleashes a wave of terror, culminating in a horrific bombing at City Hall. This attack doesn't just destabilize the city, it leaves a young kid named Miles Morales. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. Probably a total nobody, right? Devastated, mourning the death of his heroic father. But yes, in this universe, alongside Peter Parker, we actually have Miles Morales in the mix too. Now, we absolutely have to talk about the first time Miles actually meets Spider-Man face to face. Honestly, this is easily one of the most authentic and emotional scenes in the entire game. Right before Miles reaches the F.E.A.S.T shelter, Spidey swoops in and saves him from a group of thugs.
You're Spider-Man. You're the amazing Spider-Man. You're the spectacular Spider-Man. And a few other choice adjectives Jameson uses. Look.
And man, seeing the pure awe and raw emotion of Miles, just a regular kid suddenly standing right in front of his literal hero, is absolutely beautiful. You can immediately feel this unique, instant bond forming between them. Peter senses that Miles needs guidance, so he decides to step up and teach him a few things about self-defense. Which brings us to that legendary, unforgettable moment, where Miles throws a practice punch and accidentally hits Peter straight in the face. I mean, talk about making a first impression, right? Leaving your superhero mentor completely stunned. Okay guys, now let's head into the final phases of the video.
Where'd my suit go?
After dealing with the inner demons taking over the streets and Sable International turning Manhattan into a militarized war zone, the situation hits absolute rock bottom with a massive breakout at the Raft. And this is where Peter's world completely shatters.
Each of you has a job to do.
Otto Octavius forms the Sinister Six, uniting Spidey's worst nightmare roster. We've got Electro, our favorite human spark plug, Vulture, the angry bird, Scorpion,
Can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
Rhino, the literal unstoppable wrecking ball, and Mr. Positive.
Good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
But the mastermind behind them all? Dr. Octavius himself. This isn't just another superhero fight, it's the ultimate emotional betrayal. The genius Peter looked up to as a father figure, the man he spent months helping in the lab, has become the architect of New York's destruction. But to truly understand why all of this collapsed, we have to talk about the man holding the matches, Mayor Norman Osborn. For Peter, Norman is a massive paradox. He's the father of his best friend Harry, but he's also the ruthless CEO whose past greed directly created the monsters now tearing New York apart.
Norman and Otto, they started all of this. They created Lee.
It was Norman's secret lab that created the Devil's Breath, a biological weapon released by Otto purely as a twisted act of revenge against him. And get this, that same Oscorp lab is literally where Peter's origin story began. When MJ sneaks inside, we actually see a hidden room full of genetically altered spiders. And speaking of spiders, one of those escaped test subjects is the exact reason Miles got his powers. But hey, that's a story for another video. And finally, to stop his former mentor, Peter crafts the sleek black and yellow anti-Ock suit, using the exact same flexible tech and material they built together for Otto's mechanical arms. After a brutal fight, a defeated Otto tries to blackmail Peter, threatening to reveal his identity to the world.
And of course, you rest easy, knowing your secret is safe.
But
with
Peter
me.
simply walks away, leaving Otto trapped in his own bitterness
You do what you think is best, Doc. It's all any of us can.
and proving he has completely outgrown his former idol. But his hardest test isn't on that roof. It's at F.E.A.S.T. Forced to choose between using the single dose of the cure to save his dying Aunt May, or let her go so doctors can synthesize it for the entire city, Peter makes the ultimate hero's sacrifice. Aunt May dies in his arms, revealing she knew his secret all along.
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you.
Validating every single sacrifice Peter has ever made. Peter lost everything. His main mentor in Otto, his idol and role model in Martin Lee,
You got
his mother figure in Aunt May, and, well, even his apartment. But from that utter heartbreak, a new Peter Parker is born. Stronger, wiser, and finally free from the heavy burdens of his past that were bound to explode sooner or later. And as the city heals, life finds a way to surprise him. Peter gets a new apartment, a new roommate, and then comes one of the most unforgettable scenes in gaming history. Miles casually reveals his new powers by sticking to the ceiling. And right there, in a brilliant moment of mutual shock, Peter reveals his identity too.
It's pretty weird, right?
He isn't a lone hero anymore. He's officially a mentor.
Not that weird.
Add to that the fact that MJ is back in his life as a true partner and love of his life, and Peter's journey comes full circle.
Only if you want to.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, no, I don't. I not want to, but meaning I do want to, but only if you do.
I never stopped wanting to.
Me neither.
Guys, I truly hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Peter's story and the lore of Earth-1048. It took a lot of hard work, so please let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Real Play Dimension. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next chapter of the lore. Bye, guys.